Hi, thanks for dropping by. I'm Colin Parsons, children's author. I also write for adults under Jake Ridge. The title of this video on my YouTube channel, don't forget to click on subscribe, drop a comment if you like, or notifications. How on earth do I build on a plot? Simple enough question. If you're a writer, how do you build on a plot? I picture it. And this is the only way I know how to write things. I picture it. Now, I've literally, my usual trusty pad, I've got how do I build on a plot written on there. And then underneath, just off the top of my head now, before I started rolling, I wrote corridor. Right? Corridor. Now, I write sci-fi, fantasy, supernatural, even steampunk novels and short stories. And there's always a sinister edge to what I'm writing. There's always a dark side to it, to make it compelling, to make it gripping reading, to make the characters feel real and you can identify with them, and to feel the fear they're feeling, or the humour they're feeling, or the nervousness, or all the other feelings that mould into one. I've got corridor because I might be writing a story about a corridor, getting from one place to another place. So how would I build a plot on a corridor? It's just a long passageway. Nothing, just walk through it, go through the other side, carry on the story. No, I don't do it that way. Like I said, when I'm writing, I picture what I'm writing. I could be, you could be in a coffee shop, or on a bench in a park, or you could be in your living room. You could be anywhere writing, but you've got to pull yourself from the normal world, and you've got to indulge yourself in the plot. You've got to feel the plot, smell the plot, taste the plot, touch. It's all your five senses. You've got to switch off from where you are, and you've got to immerse yourself into the story and feel that you're there. Once you start to feel that you're there, you feel like you're on a film set, or actually in the forest, or outer space, or wherever you're set in your story. You must be a part of it. You must be able to see around and to feel things and to feel that you're there. So corridor, if I was using a corridor, I've used passageway and corridors and trapdoors and things in quite a few books that I've written. I don't just use that, I obviously use other things as well. But I think to myself, okay, a corridor or passageway is long. I like a long kind of interpretation in the story, so that I know that it's going to take some time to get to the other side. And then I ask myself questions. I've said this in previous videos. I ask myself questions. How long is this corridor? Is it dark or is it light in there? Are you being followed by something or somebody? Are you trying to escape, basically? And so you, I don't know, open the door, maybe to an underground car park or something where there's a long corridor, or in a hotel, or in a skyscraper building, or anywhere really. And what is the corridor like? So if it's dark, you're not going to see much, unless you've got like a light in the background which just gives you kind of a twilight effect. Or, it could be a full brilliant light that shows you everything. Are you walking on, if it's light, then are you walking on carpet, which will be soft to the touch, and you're not going to be heard, especially if you're trying to scuttle away quickly because something is following you, or you are following something. You see what I mean? So if you're scuttling across a carpet in a passageway, then you can do it stealthily, so that no one can hear you coming, or if somebody's following you, they can't hear where you're going to try and hide. What does it smell like in there? If it's like a hotel or something, it could be just like a perfumed kind of ambience as you're walking through the passageway, or it could be a dark, dingy place that is damp and dank and with a terrible atmosphere that's depressing. The floor could be obscured with debris if you're in a derelict building. And you can smell the dampness in the air, you can hear things in the background. If you've come from like a light and airy passageway in a hotel and you've gone to a corridor underground or in a car park or in an underground tunnels, then it's going to be dark and damp and there's going to be sounds in the background of dripping water. There may be creatures in there, you know what I mean, like rats or mice, or there may be cockroaches and all that kind of thing if it's like the sewers. And you've got to think to yourself as you're walking through, you can smell, you can touch the walls, and what do the walls feel like? Are they greasy? Are they smooth? Are they coarse? When you were walking, are your footsteps echoing because you're inside some kind of concrete world? If it's a half light, you'd have to feel your way along. Picture yourself, you're in a kind of a twilight passageway. You don't know what's directly ahead of you. It could be a hole in the floor that if you just briskly ran through it, you could fall and plunge 200 feet into your death. But this is what I'm saying as a writer. You've got to picture yourself in there. The smells, the sounds, feeling your way through what's around you. If there's something behind you would hear, if you shut the door and it's opened and slammed again, the sound would reverberate and echo through the tunnel or passageway that you're in. I'm just using a passageway. It could be anything. It could be outside in the open. It could be fields where you'd have to picture yourself in a field with a tree or trees in the background with grass, mounds of earth everywhere. If there's a breeze or a bit of wind, you can hear the leaves as they rustle. You may be hearing animals in the background. You can smell the air. You can smell the soil, the grass, maybe smoke in the distance. What I'm trying to say, to build on a plot, build up the layers. Experience it, even go out yourself and experience it. Walk through a field, walk through a lonely, maybe underground tunnel in the daytime when it's safe, and see what it feels like when you're alone in a darkened place. And then once you feel it, you can put it down in your story. So you've got your character, you've got your plot, but you're immersing yourself in the story and you're making it real and believable. And any readers that actually read your short story or your novel or whatever you're turning this into, they can feel themselves doing what you were doing. They're actually walking beside the author as you portray the story. Now, I don't know if this helps. Like I said in the past, I've written about 18 books. I've got others coming out, so I've got a lot of experience with building up description and dialogue and all kinds of things that make up a story. So thanks for following these videos. I'm really appreciative. If you'd like to subscribe, I'd be really happy. You can press the subscribe button, comment and ask me questions. I'm very accessible as an author because I write in adult and children's stuff. So if you're an adult or a child or whatever you're writing, drop me a line. Thank you very much for watching this, and I'll see you soon on the next video. Bye for now.